All right, everybody, Merry Christmas. This is Hector from Carhex. I'm sitting in Project Screaming Chicken, and kind of excited. I think I got a couple more little bugs to work out, like flush the radiator, connect the PVC, and I think that's it. On one other thing I forgot though, but I got the tachometer hooked up. That came from a parts car. It was brand new. Came from a parts car. It was in the trunk. These gauges came from different parts cars. The shifter here came from that Camaro, also parts car. And then I bought the car from the guy that sold me the Camaro. Um, the slicks came. I'm okay with them. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use them. The slicks came from my old Buick race car. They tuck right in and don't rub. Um, the 12-volt rear end came from the race car. The old race car was set up with the 410 posi track rear end, and then the guy had these Lakewood traction bars. I cleaned them up, painted them, and put new rubber M boots on the end. I got competition engineering subframe connectors. Let's see, they were welded on. There's the subframe connectors welded on in the front. I ordered a polyurethane motor mount. Body bushing kit. So we went ahead and when we installed the rear end, we put the body bushing kit in the rear end bushings, on the shackles on the rear end and on the very back of the motor frame mount. So what's left is when I rebuild the front suspension, I could do the front control arms, inner outer tie rod ends, and then use one of my steering boxes on there. So this Firebird came with the brand new 3-core radiator. I was trying to use a 4-core that I had from the race Camaro. It didn't work, and I was trying to use electric fans, which were junk and didn't work, so I took them out. I had, I think it was a 7 or 8 blade fan in the back out of a 70 Monte Carlo. And I went and I bought a new clutch fan for a 70 454 Chevelle. That worked perfect. The motor was a 350 with unknown specs, and according to the guy, it was built by Blair's Engines back in the days. So a lot of you guys that used to read like Carcraft and stuff like that, in the back they used to advertise. They had 3 settings for the motor: hot, mild, and wild. So according to the guy, this is the wild motor. The mild motor. The hot motor, and it's got Mallory ignition. I had Sal rebuild me a power steering pump, and then I put a new water pump. My buddy Matt put in a new fuel pump, and then I got a 100 amp internal voltage regulated alternator from Robert. And as you could see, that was the other thing. I got to change the pulley to the deep groove pulley because it keeps throwing the pulley out. And Robert gave me one of these big deep groove pulleys. So if you're having that problem, Robert can hook you up with these deep groove pulleys. So once I put that and flush the radiator, everything should be fine. The 750 was rebuilt by Engine Dynamics. The motor was tuned by Engine Dynamics, which John and Neil always do a really great job. I was overheating, and I changed the fan out, and now I'm happy at the 200, 210. Sometimes it stays at 190, which I'm happy with that. But when I was in a little bit of traffic earlier, it went up to 210. It shifts like crazy. So my buddy Dave took care of the transmission. The Camaro had this motor, a turbo 400 trans, that was built by some dude Daryl Young, but he used the BOP bolt pattern housing, and it had a switch pitch converter on it. And I had a really kick-ass unknown stall, but I'm guessing it's like 28 to 3500 stall converter. So Dave took the converter, had it rebuilt for me, and built me a whole new trans with all high performance parts, and he polished all the gears and everything out one by one. I was actually there for the last part of it. And then the Camaro had the correct drive shaft and everything bolted right up. My buddy Matt helped me with it. Buddy Fernie helped me with it. Robert and the guys at Engine Dynamics, and a few guys gave me some tech tips as far as high compression. Brendan Williams was able to tell me, hey, you need race gas, which I kind of figured, but I thought I could be slick and get away with 91, which you can't. So I'm hoping to install some of the new parts that I got with the car. The guy gave me brand new grills for it, and he gave me brand new grills and a bunch of other brand new little stuff for it. So I'm hoping to clean it up and see you guys out on Thursday. Hopefully my buddy Vinny Pie will be able to go, and we can get back to drag racing and having fun. And spoiler alert, guys, I got some insider information that the track will not be closing and that it will be extended another 5 years. So you can bet money our track's not closing. So the new goals for this car is to be into the 7s. I don't want to cage it, so I guess 730s is my goal. 735s, 740s. So I'll be happy with that. Alright guys, thanks a lot, and thanks for following the project, and have a Merry Christmas. And for you guys that's saying, hey, you got a Chevy motor in here, don't worry, I got a 428 Pontiac motor that's going to go back in here with the M21 4-speed to make this car drivable later.